Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Vietnam Venture Capital Podcast. And in our episode today, we will discuss around one of the top trend terms in the technology world nowadays is blockchain. We will walk through, it's like a record 101 about blockchain, what it is, why it is so hot, and is there anything we can investigate further? And to share with us about blockchain, today we have Ms. Thu from Aura Network. So Ms. Thu, please share about yourself as well as your company.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to extend my greetings to all of the VVC podcast listeners. So I'm Thu. I'm the COO of Aura Network and also the co-founder of the Aura. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Thu. Maybe before we get into the main part, how about you can share a bit about your journey? How did you know about blockchain and what led you to this stage so far?
So this is a very interesting question. So I've been exposed to blockchain since 2017. So as a personal investor, and back in the days, I was still working in a traditional company, which is FPT. And after a lot of personal investment experience, we decided to. I decided to join the blockchain journey finally in 2000 and by the end of 2020. So before that, the founding team also founded a project which is blockchain for enterprise named Akachain in 2019. And the team afterwards decided that we are going to do a public blockchain because we saw a lot of opportunities in this field.
Thank you for the sharing. Yeah, so as I know, you have, I think it's quite like a time in the blockchain world. And then maybe you also like follow, if you follow our media in Vietnam, that's the like, apart from the people who believe in the real values of blockchain, for some media, newspaper, it's kind of a buzzword and some people are still afraid of it. Yeah, so if possible, maybe you can explain, help us to explain the concept of blockchain technology. What are the fundamental principles and how should we perceive this kind of term, new term in technology?
Well, a lot of people usually pop up blockchain directly with Bitcoin, but blockchain is not just Bitcoin. So blockchain is more beyond and just cryptocurrencies. There are a lot of different cryptocurrencies out there, but blockchain is actually a technology with a wide range of applications. So I believe that blockchain is here to stay, and we will see blockchain technology changing the world. Think of blockchain as a digital ledger or your notebook. So this notebook or ledger may exist on multiple computers and it is distributed across the globe. So each entry of this ledger we refer to as a block, which contains information about a transaction and offer users an immutable and transparent way to store information. So these blocks are connected and chain as a blockchain together. Uh, that is why we call it blockchain. Yeah. About your question, the aspect of blockchain. Um, so there are several aspects, but I think most revolutionary one is it lies in the security and transparency. Given that each block is linked into the preceding and the succeeding blocks, so if someone wants to change a transaction, it will require altering every single block in the chain. So the change made in the blocks is altered. So this task is particularly impossible due to the extensive participation of numbers of machines. So basically, you cannot change anything by your own. So this is the principle of the transparency and security. So also precisely what we do at our network, applying NFTs and digital assets. So yeah.
Thank you. So I think it's quite understandable. Yeah, but like I think for now, blockchain is quite like I think it's getting more popular. But like a few years, but then people call it like the future technology. And even for now, still a lot of people betting in it. So I wonder if you can share in your perspective um, why we should believe in blockchain, and in the future, how can blockchain like advance our lifestyle as well, become something like norm, like not just some buzzword or not just something that we bet in the future anymore.
Mhm. So the digital world is, there is no borders for a long time now. And the advantage of the digital world is owning a huge customer base with different levels of increasing needs. So this has created a huge opportunity for digital business or a business with a high rate of digital application. Under such circumstances, blockchain will be technology that quickly adapts the evolution and rapid increase of today customers' needs. So some people still have like misconception and think that okay, blockchain technology is still far away, or maybe it's a concept or something. But actually, we already living with blockchain, and we are exposed not only to blockchain but also to NFTs and Web3 every day without even realizing it. And for example, like everybody is using a social network, many people are using Twitter. So Twitter all has gradually introduced blockchain technology and NFT into its platform. So you can send BTC to content creators on Twitter. They are hatching a plan to support NFT authentication. Also, Instagram is doing that. Lots of social medias are doing that to promote some artist work, for example, or to track and prove ownership of the work, avoiding plagiarism. So, yeah. So your question, why blockchain apply to today's life, and consider as a potential or futuristic technology. So the three main factors that it can develop and incorporate into our lives is firstly, it's the decentralization. This means that there are no central authority, so no bank or government to control the system. Instead, each network of computers, called nodes, jointly manage the common blockchain, treated like a team sport, so no one scored all goals alone. Second one is the transparency, as mentioned above. So all data are stored there, visible to everyone, and it's like a public library. You cannot secretly take out a book without anyone knowing it. And lastly, and I think most important, is the security. So due to its cryptographic nature, it is practically impossible for user to change the data. So it's like writing something on a permanent ink. So these are the unique properties that make blockchain an extremely powerful tool for many applicators, for many companies, for unlimited industry, providing lots of values to the society.
So I think we just walk through like basic principles as well the features of it, which can be used in many aspects. So I just wonder, like lately, I think one of the trend is the DeFi, right? And also, I think blockchain also like getting the food into like healthcare sectors also. So maybe you can share some of the applicable in such field like finance and healthcare, yeah,
Yeah.
of the blockchain.
So with the characteristic mentioned previously, When applied to the financial sector, blockchain can help eliminate the intermediaries, reducing transaction cost and time. So the transparent nature makes auditing easy, which is also extremely helpful in management. Supply chain can also benefit greatly from blockchain by providing verifiable, immutable record of each product from origin to consumers. So thereby ensuring the product authenticity and preventing counterfeiting, which is very important in industries such as healthcare, pharmaceutical, or even like luxury goods. Um, as you mentioned, healthcare can leverage blockchain to securely store and share patient data, enhancing both privacy and collaboration between healthcare providers. There is just some examples, and there are a lot of utilities to blockchain to the society. I think specifically in Vietnam, we are very, accepting these potentials very positively. So there are a lot of companies are already adopting blockchain in the sectors like banking, finance, healthcare, and yeah, in Vietnam we are very crypto adoptive. So in Vietnam is the leading country in terms of crypto adoption for 2 consecutive years. So it was last year and the year before that. Yeah, so we are very open to blockchain right now.
I really like the point that in healthcare that blockchain can help to store the data of the patient. I think, yeah, one of the aspect here is in the future the paperwork will become less, and when they switch into blockchain with the technology, we can store it better and yeah, like you said, more transparent.
Mm,
And also about the point of the Vietnam market, we are adopting positively, right? Uh,
yeah.
but like apart from that, what are the main challenges that you see like for the Vietnam market when we adopt the blockchain technology?
It's a very interesting question about the challenges. I think there are some, but I will mention one of the biggest challenges is the path toward the mass adoption of blockchain. So, with such potentials and values that we already mentioned, I believe that blockchain deserves more attention. So, the biggest difficulty is how everyone can use blockchain just like they are using Windows. That is one. Second thing is the digital world needs extreme flexibility and large, legal margin to operate, to create, and to serve. So if the host country's legislation is too restrictive or the acceptance level is too narrow, so the departure of digital enterprises is very obvious. This will lead to losses in both brain power and intellectual property of the host countries. So legal restrictions can also allow digital enterprises to access professional funds with quick procedures, less red tape, and binding according to strict international standards, which is also an advantage for foreigner headquarters. But yeah, despite such challenges, the opportunities are still enormous.
Yes, it's true. I think like apart from some risk, we still have like a huge opportunity ahead. And then for you as working in like Aura, so can you share like how you guys are applying blockchain technology in different industries and also like pushing the effort into this development?
Mhm. So for our network, we complement the effort by focusing on the decentralized economy. So, with the vision of Web3 and the Internet of NFTs, actually, the Internet of NFTs we got inspired by the Internet of Things. So, every NFTs are connected. where digital assets and identities play a very important role. So we provide a platform to develop and experience these digital assets, especially NFT, in a new method of certifying the uniqueness and ownership of assets. So we've been doing the for us the to be or not to be question is the utility of NFTs. So we have been doing collaborating with the Web2 companies, also opening the increasing the networking of partners, tier one global partners to complete our ecosystem. So what we have already deployed, for example, in art and music, we've been collaborating with in the Mural concert. So we bring NFT to the users when they buy tickets. This is a way to help users adopt the NFTs naturally and the most easiest way. So the users, they don't have to create a wallet. They don't have to go through a lot of complicated Web3 process. They just buy the tickets and they can claim their NFT boxes. We also did in the sports industries, which is the V Race. It's a virtual racing competition, and we also bring NFTs to the racers. So the one who won some of the one who won the prizes, we give them NFTs. So naturally, they are adopting NFTs. And most recently, the Green Innovative Collection, we collaborated with AHA Move to bring the values in environmental protection, special benefits, and vouchers for those who own NFTs. So I think those are some of the examples. But yeah, for NFTs, we already have like some of the collections, like Trịnh Công Sơn collection or Áo Dài collection. Yeah, so those are some of the projects that we already deployed.
That's really nice to hear the progress. This is just an add-in question, but so far with one of those, how can I say, like stages of launching the FT and try to like scale up for everyone in Vietnam, I wonder how is the adoption in your observation with the people who buy the ticket or acquire those NFT, and in the future, like how you gonna leverage it to establish the NFT adoption to a wider scale.
Hmm. So we think that I think that the adoption NFT is not to its real value right now, because many people are still hesitant to participate in this field. And sorry, what was your question again?
Yeah, so I was asking, so maybe they have some hesitation,
Yeah.
but like how's your plan to like leverage? Like, are you gonna just wait for them until like they get more like friendlier with the NFT, like the newcomers, or like is there any way that we can like adopt more and more people to really
Oh, yeah,
understand?
yeah. How to onboard the
Yes.
users to this field. So yeah, so we believe that the principle of our network is scalability and sustainability. So in our ecosystem, we built in on the Cosmos SDK, which is scalable and allows the platform to adopt growing needs of the blockchain and NFT markets. So in particularly Web3 and NFTs, we want to focus on practical utility development to contribute to our sustainability. So the utility of NFT is what we focus on, ensuring that NFT created on our chain have a genuine value. And in addition to collectible values, so we are promoting a sustainable NFT economy. And the fact that we create this sustainable NFT economy, it will comes naturally that we don't want to push the users. Yeah. So once a lot of people are firstly they don't come, they hesitate because the procedures are too complicated. We are solving it by the user experience. We give the users NFT experience the most easiest way, so effortlessly. And the second thing is they are hesitating because they don't understand yet the utility of NFTs, which we want to create. For example, we want to do ticket NFTs, all the examples that we already I just mentioned. Yeah. So the utility of NFTs is everything. We focus on creating that, and the users will adopt it naturally.
Really cool. So we focus more on the real values of the NFTs and of the assets.
Yeah.
So it's not like just pushing out there and people will acquire, but also like we care for the experience, especially the
Yeah.
newcomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I want to know more about Aura Network. Yeah, so I think it's really firmly that you're heading to sustainable development of in the blockchain world. So maybe you can share more about like what's your ultimate goal in this playground? What's your vision?
So we founded our network with the vision to drive the mass adoption of NFTs. So we want to bring NFTs to everyone, incorporated into their daily life in the most easiest way. Basically, we want to create a bridge between the current digital world, which we call now the Web 2, and the decentralized Web 3. So we aim to help not just the users, the end users, but also help business and innovators to transform their portfolios into the blockchain sectors. And by doing so, we are driving the adoption of NFT in everyday life. So we also built the Aura Network Foundation that collaborates directly with projects and IP owners, providing tools and also assisting them in their transition to Web3. So we prioritize user experience and focus on real world NFT utilities. So our platform is built on Cosmos SDK, which is the world's most popular framework for building blockchains and ensuring the technology is robust and reliable.
Really cool. Yeah, so I think it's really cool when you're heading to the sustainability in terms of your vision and goals. But I wonder, like, when it comes to like the unique points of Aura Network, what shall there be? Like, it can be your features or services when provide to the users and creators,
Mhm.
the
Um,
uniqueness.
Okay, so when we've been asking ourselves a lot, like what's been like preventing the users, what's preventing the mass adoption of NFT, because it's like a lot of values and even the blockchain industries. So yeah, as I mentioned before, the complexity. So the user experience of NFT specifically is fragmented. So users have to go through a lot of process, a lot of D apps, the decentralized applications. So the wallet, they go to one application, and then you go to marketplace. You quit this application. You go through a lot of processes. So what set us apart is like commitment to the utility and user experience of NFT in a whole ecosystem. So we offer a platform that empowers creator, business developers to actively participate in the Web revolution with a comprehensive ecosystem. So currently, we are refining our ecosystem. We already witnessed the inception of the first projects built upon our foundation, such as Seek Hype and Hallow Trade. each project processes its own distinct highlights. Seekhype, for example, is an NFT marketplace that enhance the user experience, and also HaloTrade is focused on optimizing user experience and ensuring that everyone can easily execute trades. We are collaborating with the most one of the best wallets out there, which is the Coin98 wallet. Yeah, so we are also have the apps that we are deploying. So once a users, could be anyone who comes to our network, is a comprehensive ecosystem. It's just a one-stop destination for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's really cool and also clear in terms of the values that Aura bring to the users and the creators. But when it comes to like other blockchain platforms, so how does Aura Network facilitate the interaction and collaboration with those platforms?
Hmm. So, as I mentioned, that we are built on Cosmos SDK. So the common operating framework, it helps to create a flexible and highly interactive blockchain environment. In this ecosystem, the interoperability. So interoperability is a term that we use, that the ecosystem are interactive and can connect to each other. So between the chains. So it is optimized with Cosmos. So the most specific example is the interchain NFT feature developed by Cosmos, which allows NFTs to be exchanged easily across change in the ecosystem of Cosmos. So the greatly increasing the application and the liquidity of NFTs. So one of the most important elements of Cosmos is this: the interoperability between blockchains. So this means that we can create bridge between our network and other blockchain platforms. For example, our Aura has teamed up with other partners such as Acceler or Sealer to help create the bridge for HaloTrade. So this create a highly interconnected ecosystem that allow users, creator, and brands to interact with a wide range of services and products on multiple blockchain at the same time. So this not only expands the reach and potentials of our network and our users, but also facilitate development and collaboration throughout the blockchain community. That's how we foster interaction and collaboration across blockchain platforms.
That's really nice to know that you really firmly know the resources and gather them up to support other stakeholders. Uh, Now let's imagine. I think I want to ask this like imagine like if one day like Aura, I think maybe in the near future like when everyone is adopted to blockchain and NFT. So in your vision, how will that future look like? When there are more and more people, like the whole society is get used to blockchain and NFT.
Yeah, so maybe right now the NFT has been making their way already to the mainstream market in lots of way. Lots of giants and celebrities are joining the game, such as Nike, Tiffany and Co, and even F&B such as Pizza Hut. So why are these big guys are adopting NFTs now? So okay, our lives right now are becoming more digitized and the user behavior has been changing. The digital identity is very important right now, and brand cannot stay out of the game if they don't want to be left behind. So leading this technology and NFT and blockchain can help brands increase their brand value and enhance customer experience and get the advantage of leading the market that is starting to saturate. So this is the story of right now. But yeah, what value can NFT bring in life aspect? That is the most important thing, I think. So I mean, right now, Web3 and NFT can open doors for the developing countries such as Vietnam to catch up with the Western countries in terms of technology. It will play a very important role. Like NFT can help Vietnam bring their IP, such movies, such as music, for example, very famous one like Trịnh Công Sơn or Bùi Xuân Phái, to the world. And yeah, in the future, there are a lot of things that will change. For example, the environment, when it's degraded and resource or exhausted, what will be left is the question. But maybe quite possibly NFTs, like instead of collecting the real animals leather product, I like the luxury products, but what happens when the environment's degraded, and what can we collect instead? Maybe NFTs. Like even right now, we are not too unfamiliar with the stores on Metaverse of many brands such as Nike and such as Gucci. Yeah. So the story in 10 or 15 years from now. So referring to NFTs, we talk about the story of the future. Like young Gen Z is a clear example of that future. For many young people today, NFT is not just a trend, it's a revolution, a culture to show your identity, how to be different. So if the Gen X wants to assert their social status, Gen E wants to experience, Gen Z wants to assert their individuality and uniqueness. Logically, the NFT has a lot in common with that Gen Z aspect, which is uniqueness. So our future, of course, depends on the young generation. With such innovative young people, a new culture, we can completely believe the future of NFT in the next 10 or 15 years.
That's really an awakening point when it comes to the golden time for now. As you mentioned, that we should take the opportunity for now before like the market getting bigger and saturated. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I also really awakening about the part of the differences between the inside of the generation from X, Y, and Z, and even I think in the upcoming time the millennial will also like step a bit into this field, and yeah, it will become like more crazy, I guess. Yeah, after individualism. I think just for extension. So after the Gen Z, like I think like as you mentioned, the individualism and also like the uniqueness. So how about the millennials? What do you think like the trade, their behavior trade will look like?
Millennium, they have to catch up with the trends. A lot of people, the NFT right now is for the young people. In general, the NFT industry right now, people are very young already. Aura Network team is like, I think like 30-40% of staff and team members are Gen Z already. So they have to adopt quickly. They have to research and understand how are how are we the new generations are behaving, how to adopt with the new wave, because
Hmm.
they are very different.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Everything is changing rapidly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to get back a bit to our network. So as I know, like you guys have already like have a plan for the whole ecosystem, but like to make it more specific, yeah. So like, what are like the businesses, the startup or local government agencies that you are looking to collaborate? Like, how's your plan to like widen up the partnership zone in the upcoming time?
So we are focusing on, as mentioned, expanding our network with the top tier partners. We are very encouraged because we have finished two investment rounds with the top tiers partners, namely Hash, namely Coin98, and a lot. We have a pool of global partners that are constantly supporting our network in many aspects on a global scale. So our goal is to build a reliable network that contributes to the development and expansion of Aura's Web3 ecosystem. And we also collaborate with Web2 companies to help them transit to Web3. And also the startup, for example, we Aha Move, the collection we just released with Aha Move is also freshly launched. And we continue to enhance our ecosystem by developing the apps and encouraging other projects to deploy on Aura platform. So we continuously incubate projects. CCAP is also a project that Aura's incubating. So we understand the importance of supporting the development of other projects in the blockchain field. When we started, we also received such support from other investors and big projects, namely Coin98, that have been our advisors from day one. And this aims to extend the reach of this network and establish a strong foundation. So we always provide favorable conditions for startup projects in the ecosystem to thrive and to succeed by offering special advice, investment fund, necessary resources, and we hope to support the growth of new projects and bringing significant value to the blockchain community as a whole. And even with students, we've been organizing hackathon and for students to participate with their great ideas. We've been also supporting university and scholarship to grow the IT resources and new talents.
That's really impressive to see what you guys are doing, and I can really see the activeness in like you collaborate with many aspects, many stakeholders, even like Web2, and even like in school with students. Yeah, I think it is a great effort to boost the whole Vietnam adopt this new type of technology and maximize the potential of it. Okay, I just want to ask another question. This one is more about the marketing, but like in Vietnam for now, if we need to list like top three projects in blockchain that we should like follow in the upcoming time, what should they be? Like I think maybe top three in your perspective.
So right now, I think Vietnam has a lot of attention in blockchain. We have famous names such as Axie Infinity. We have Coin98 and Kyber Network. I think are the three names that have established the Vietnam's names on the blockchain global map.
I think they are quite like exist for a long time, but like for new projects, do you have any names?
Oh, I have no names for new projects.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm thinking like for new startups, I think we are really active in this, like with Vietnam adoption, like especially for the developers and builders. Yeah, they quite active. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to ask more.
Oh, yeah. But I think like the names that already made names, or they took like years to establish that to achieve success. So even Aura Network, we have been building the foundation for 3 years up to now. So if like two newborn projects, this is very difficult to evaluate or make a branding right now for the new projects.
Okay, I agree with you on that point. Okay, maybe just one last question. Like if there's a student come to you and say to you like, I want to get into the blockchain world, but like they're on very first day, what should you tell them?
Oh, I think that the education and research is very important because you have to understand it and you have to be in the blockchain field. You have to be in the industry to understand how it works, how everything is, how it's transaction, and how what are the fundamentals of um, blockchain and NFT right now. I think there are a lot of platforms like where students can read, can learn, and even attend blockchain and workshop and events. In Vietnam, they've been organizing a lot with. Yeah, we also participate actively in those kind of events, and the NFT and Web three is sorry, the NFT and Web three is changing very fast, and you need to really understand the market changes. Yeah, to make the decisions, and don't just look at the NFTs, intrinsic value, but choose to find NFTs that have real value, not just the economic value, but learn how NFT brings value to the community or the future of Web3. So it is very important to understand what are you doing. And maybe the second thing is put the penny money to experience. Yeah, but this is the fastest way to learn.
Agree on that. Yeah, and yeah, I still really like the specific point that you mentioned, all the way from the beginning of our conversation. It's all about the core value, the
Yeah.
core values. Yeah, it will separate from the price. So don't chase the price.
Yeah.
Looking for the real values. Real values stay, not the price.
Yeah. But I think that the market, the we have the term we use, the winter of crypto, where the market is like sleeping, and that is a period, a milestone that the true values and true project who work with real values, they survive through that winter. So yeah, that is also one of the maybe tips that that a new users can see.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should follow other projects that can survive through this period.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows, they will booming in the upcoming time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's also our last question. So once again, thanks a lot, Ms. Tu, for joining our podcast today. You gave us a lot of insight, and yeah, the story of the value is really like an awakening point, personally for me, but I think for all the listeners also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. And also thanks to the listeners, and thank you for your time. Hope to see you soon.